Sixth grade, back to the alcohol unit. Yesterday we talked a little bit about the depressant effects on the brain. I'm going to be a little bit more specific about it today. When a person drinks alcohol, and remember it depends on how much they drink. There's a lot of other factors. We'll get to those later. But how much ethanol makes it to the brain will impact how much it affects them. The three main areas you have the short-term effects on. And what I mean by short-term effects meaning that these changes usually don't last forever. A person is, we're going to say, normal. They would drink, they would have some things change. The alcohol eventually wears off, and we'll talk about how that wears off later. And then they would go back to the way they were before. But the time that they were drunk or under the influence of alcohol, that is called short-term change. And a lot of times people drink because they might like this short-term change at first. Talk about that more later too. But there are physical changes, mental changes, and social changes. Kind of like the definition of health, the state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being of a person. Well, all your three areas of health basically are altered by the alcohol. And we talked a little bit about these yesterday, and I'm not going to go into details much on the video here as I would if we were in class. But the physical changes, could be balance, coordination, slurring of speech, reaction time, things like that. The mental changes could be decision-making skills, doing things you normally would not do, just not knowing certain things that you may have known before. When you think of police officers giving someone, they pull over like a field sobriety test and they'll ask them questions and alphabet stuff and all that. And that's just to see, how's their brain working, how is their mental health, their mental cognition working. And finally, social changes. Some people, when they drink, they get a little more relaxed. Some get a little more talkative. Some get quiet. Unfortunately, some people can get very angry, very mean, which is not a good thing at all. And some people actually can be the opposite. They become very nice when they're under the influence. And once again, it's no exact science. It depends on how much alcohol in the person and things like that to determine exactly how they might become affected. But, I said a second ago that for some people, the drinking, it's person can be funny when they're drinking. But on the other hand, somebody drinking, it can be a pretty scary thing. It can be something that, a person drinking and you may not want to be anywhere near that person at that time. But anyway, short-term effects of alcohol, physical, mental, and social changes. And normally, unless something really bad happens while they're under the influence, a person, eventually the alcohol will wear off. They will go back to the way they were before. And that's why those are called short-term effects. All right, have a good day.